morning, students. Today class about fuels introduction. Now, first, what is fuel? Fuel means it is any substance which on proper burning in atmospheric air gives large amount of heat. For example, petrol, diesel, kerosene, wood, coal. Here, which on burning, all these produce large amount of heat. So that substances are called fuels. So the examples of fuels are petrol, diesel, kerosene, coal, wood, coke, LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, and cow dung, and hydrogen gas, and alcohols, ethanol, methanol, and methanol, etc. are the examples of fuels. So fuel means it is any substance which on proper burning in presence of air gives large amount of heat. That heat is used for various purposes, that is for domestic, industrial and transportation purposes. Here the various examples are petrol, diesel, kerosene, coal, coke and LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, dung and hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas itself is a fuel, and alcohols, ethanol and methanol, etc. used as fuels. Here, what are the main constituents of fuel? Here, the main constituents, main elements present in the fuel are carbon and hydrogen. Carbon and hydrogen mainly present in any fuel, solid fuel or liquid fuel or gaseous fuel. In any fuel, the main constituents are carbon and hydrogen, and other elements like nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur present as impurities in fuels. Here, what are the applications of fuels? Main applications of fuels. So fuels used for domestic, industrial and transportation processes. Here first one is domestic applications. Here generally dung is used for cooking the food. So for cooking process, dung is used as fuel. And coal, wood, charcoal, so all these are used as fuels. And important fuel is LPG, liquefied petroleum gas. LPG used as domestic fuel. So for domestic purpose, LPG and coal, wood, kerosene, these are used for the domestic purpose for cooking process. Now next one, industrial applications. Here in many industries, fuels are used to produce large amount of heat. For example, coal is very important industrial fuel. That coal is used to produce large amount of heat. That heat is used for various purposes in industries. In metallurgy industries, sugar industries, cement industries. In these industries, we need more amount of heat. So that heat is produced by using these fuels. For example, coal, coke, these are used to produce large amount of heat. And another industrial application is to boil the water. To boil the water, these are used as fuels. For example, coal. Coal is used to boil the water. To boil the water. From that water, steam is produced. From that steam, electricity is produced. So, in boilers, the coal is used as fuel. So, the main industrial application is generation of steam by using the coal. Coal is used as fuel here. Next one, transportation applications. Transportation application. So in transportation, these are used as fuels. For example, kerosene, diesel, petrol. These are used to run the vehicles, auto, car, bus. And in older days, coal is used to run ships and trains. So in transportation purpose also, these are used as fuels. Example, coal, kerosene, and petrol, diesel. And other example is LPG. So LPG, nowadays LPG is used as to run the is used for is used as fuel to run the vehicles. Next one, here classification of fuels. Classification. Fuels are mainly classified into two types based on their occurrence and based on their physical state. Now, first one is about occurrence. Here, based on the occurrence, fuels are again classified into two types. That is, first one is natural fuels. Natural fuels or stored fuels. Stored fuels or fossil fuels. Fossil fuels. Here, based on occurrence, the fuels are classified into two types. That is, natural fuels and synthetic fuels. First one is about natural fuels. What are natural fuels? The fuels which occur in nature. For example, crude oil. Here, crude oil, coal, natural gas. These are occur in nature. These are available in the earth crust. So these are also called stored fuels. These are stored in the earth crust. So called stored fuels and also called fossil fuels. The fuels which are available in nature are stored in earth crust are called natural fuels or stored fuels, also called as fossil fuels. Next one, synthetic fuels. Synthetic fuels are man-made fuels. Synthetic fuels means the fuels which are derived from the natural fuels. For example, petrol. Diesel, kerosene. So these are derived from the natural fuel crude oil. So from crude oil, the petrol, diesel, kerosene are derived. So these are synthetic fuels. And other examples of synthetic fuels, coke. Coke is a synthetic fuel. Coke is derived from the natural fuel coal. From coal, coke is derived. And producer gas and water gas. Producer gas and water gas. Water gas means CO plus H2, carbon monoxide and hydrogen gas mixture. Producer gas means nitrogen gas and hydrogen gas mixture. So producer gas and water gas, these are also used as fuels. These are derived from the natural fuel, natural gas. From natural gas, producer gas and water gas are derived. Here, based on the physical state, fuels classified into three types. These are liquid fuels, solid fuels, and gaseous fuels. Now, classification based on physical state. Physical state. Here, the classification is based on their occurrence. Here, suppose the fuels available in nature that are called natural fuels. Example, crude oil, coal, natural gas. Here, if the fuels are derived from the natural fuels that are called synthetic fuels, petrol, diesel, kerosene, coke, producer gas, and water gas. Here, based on physical state, the fuels are classified into liquid fuels, liquid fuels, liquid fuels, solid fuels, solid fuels, gaseous fuels. Gaseous fuels. Here examples for liquid fuels. Examples for liquid fuels. Here liquid fuels are example petrol, petrol, diesel, kerosene. All these are liquid fuels. These are liquid in state. Examples for solid fuels. The fuels which are in solid state. Example coal, coal, coke. These are solid fuels. And examples for gaseous fuels. Gaseous fuels. Producer gas, producer gas, water gas, water gas, LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, CNG, compressed natural gas. These are liquid, these are gases in nature, so these are called gaseous fuels. Here, so classification based on occurrence classified into two types. Here, natural fuels and synthetic fuels. Based on physical state classified into three types: liquid, solid, and gaseous fuels. Now, what is calorific value? What is calorific value? Here, see. Calorific value of fuel. What is calorific value of fuel? What is definition of fuel? Fuel means it is any substance that produces large amount of heat during its combustion. Here, calorific value means the amount of heat. It is the quantity, the amount of heat produced during the complete combustion of 1 unit or unit volume of the gas fuel. Okay, here how much heat is produced during the complete combustion of fuel, that is the calorific value. Here the calorific value again classified into two types. First one is gross calorific value, gross or higher calorific value. Next one is net calorific value or lower calorific value. What is gross calorific value and what is net calorific value? Here, gross calorific value means latent heat of vaporization, latent heat of vaporization of gases also included in the calorific value of fuel. For example, here see, it is the fuel. It is the fuel. For example, petrol, fuel. That fuel is combusted. That fuel is combusted by supplying heat. Here, during the combustion of fuel, heat energy is released. But during the combustion, the fuel elements like hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, etc., fuel elements are converted into its oxides. Its oxides. For example, H, hydrogen element into water vapor, H2O vapor, carbon into carbon dioxide gas, nitrogen into nitrogen gases, nitrogen oxide gases. So during the combustion of the fuel, with in presence of oxygen, the fuel elements are converted into its oxide vapors, water vapor, carbon oxide vapor, nitrogen oxide vapors, etc. Here these vapors also include some heat. These vapors also include some heat. These vapors are allowed to cool. Vapors are condensed. Vapors are allowed to cool, then converted into liquid again. Vapors converted into liquid again with liberation of heat. With liberation of heat. That heat is called latent heat of condensation. That latent heat of condensation also included in the calorific value of fuel. So the fuel possesses maximum calorific value or higher calorific value, that is called gross or higher calorific value. Okay, here during the combustion of fuel, the fuel elements converted into vapors as oxides. Here water vapor, carbon dioxide vapor, nitrogen oxide vapor and sulfur oxide vapors, etc. These vapors also include some heat. That heat is also utilized. That heat is also utilized to produce large amount of heat. So that vapors are allowed to condense. Then vapors convert into liquid and liberate heat. That heat is also included in the calorific value. So that total calorific value is called gross or higher calorific value. Okay, next, what is net calorific value? Net calorific value means simply the vapors are allowed to escape. These vapors are allowed to escape. Here there is no condensation of vapors. The vapors are allowed to escape. Then only the amount of heat liberated from the combustion of fuel is taken as net calorific value or lower calorific value. So lower calorific value or net calorific value is equal to gross calorific value minus latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization. Here latent lower calorific value plus latent heat of vaporization is equal to gross calorific value. Okay, here lower calorific value plus latent heat of vaporization gives gross calorific value, or lower calorific value is equal to gross calorific value minus latent heat of vaporization. Okay boys, now what are the units of heat and what are the units of calorific value? Here the units of heat are calories and joules. Calories and joules. And what are the units of calorific value? The units of calorific value means the amount of heat produced by combustion of given mass of the fuel. So the units of calorific value are calories per gram or kilocalorie per kg. Calories per gram or kilocalorie per kg in case of solid and liquid fuels. But in case of gaseous fuels, the units for calorific value are kilocalorie per volume, cubic volume, meter cube or cubic meter. Okay, so in case of solid and liquid fuels, calories per gram or kilocalorie per kg. In case of gaseous fuels, kilocalorie per cubic meter. Okay friends, thank you very much.